Hello again. Well, it's between Christmas Day and New Year's Day, which means it's the perfect time to get the giant onions sown. You know, they told me when I first came to Vancouver that it never snows here. And if that's the case, then what's all that white stuff on the floor every Christmas? Don't get me started. Now, I grew giant onions for the first time last year, and I was pleased with the results. I can't remember exactly what it was that I did last year, and I'm not even sure I know what I'm doing, but I reckon we can wing it and produce something half decent for 2018. It all starts with this little beauty. It's a homemade grow box, and I'm going to stick it in the basement whilst the plants establish themselves. Basically, it's a plastic tote bin with a bit of tin foil on the inside and a couple of those twisty light bulbs in the top. Now, the general consensus is that the twisty light bulb, if it's of a certain variety, it'll benefit the plants. Now, I'm told it has nothing to do with the wattage. It's all about something called the lumens. Now, I'll leave that to people like Thomas Edison and Brian Cox and intelligent people for all that technical stuff. And I'll just pop down to the Home Depot and buy these. These are 1600 lumens and they're supposed to replicate natural daylight. I will believe that. Let's do some sowing. I'm filling these punnets with Sunshine Mix number 1, which I'm presuming is a bit like John Innes number 1, for no particular reason other than that's what I have. And then I'm going to add a thin layer of a mixture of the Sunshine Mix and Sphagnum peat moss, and that should help the seeds to germinate. Now, don't go confusing me with somebody that knows what he's doing. I don't grow for exhibition or competitions or agricultural shows. I grow because I love to. And if I get this wrong, I'll simply try again next year. But pity the poor soul that copied me. The first ones that I'm going to sow are the Kelsae. Now, I've had these seeds around now for about a year. So hopefully the seed's still viable. And I'm just going to sprinkle a few seeds on the surface. And that's about it. And then I'm going to do exactly the same with the Ailsa Craig. And finally, I'm going to sow some more Kelsaes that came from Peter Edwards at Pete's Back Garden, and I'm really looking forward to these ones. I'm going to sieve a thin layer of the starter mix over the top because that's what I like to do, and then I'm going to give them a quick shower. And what will happen if we don't put the tag in? We'll forget what they are. And into the grow box they go. Now I'm going to set a timer on the light for 16 hours because these are long day onions and that sounds about right. Onions are hardier than you think, and by the end of February they should be ready to go in the greenhouse. There's other ways of growing onions too. Some people like to use onion sets, some like to use bare root plants. I grow my Walla Walla onions that way. And there are some that like to chip their onions first. I've never tried that way, but it's all good. The best way is the way that makes you happy. And so, I think it's time for a beer. I'm going to keep those seeds moist for a little while and I'll keep you updated on their progress. But 2018 is underway. Cheers. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a comment, hit the like button or subscribe.